Anyway. Well, I've known Gary for, 45 years. And nickname Briggs. You know, I guess there's a few girls nicknamed Briggs, I guess, too. I find out today. But anyways, going back, I was thinking about, coming through grade school, and the teachers that we had and influences on different people had on our lives. And, like he had Mrs. Weatherby and Mrs. Canuck, and Mrs. Perniman, and fourth grade, I think he had Mrs. Seacreast, and I think fifth grade is like Mr. Goldstein, and I can't remember the sixth grade one. All I know is he had a couple of mean ones, and I had the easy ones, And I think some of you other people have some of these teachers. But anyways, I can remember from the Russell School, we had the old school, and then we went to the new school up there on the hill. And then we had the Russell Church. We used to have the Sunday school in the church, and upstairs, downstairs, in the balcony, and then they built the new Sunday school rooms there, the building. And I can remember back, we had like Rose Enos there in third grade, and fourth grade was Barb English, and her mother, Mrs. Martin. And then we had fifth grade was my mom and Kay Swanson, and sixth grade was Phyllis Nesmith. Seventh, eighth, and ninth was Ralph Swanson, and 10th, 11th, and 12th was Virginia Lindquist. I think some of you other people might know, especially this row right here. We're back in Sunday school days. So anyways, we had good times. And I can remember back, I always share my testimony, it was back in 1968. That's when Gary and I accepted the Lord. That's back, Gary wasn't quite 12 yet. It was a fall of 68, so he was like 11 and 9 months. And so anyways, we had that particular Sunday evening, we had a missionary. And he was from either India or Africa, I can't remember. And we were sitting in the Russell Methodist Church down here, and we were about to, it's not this wide, but say the second row back on the right-hand side here. And anyways, the pastor had his message, and we got done, and he had an altar call, and, it's typical, nobody goes forward, so. Anyways, he goes, well, if anybody's scared to come forward, well, just raise your hand. And so I was one of these guys that, raised their hand, and he said he'd pray for us. And anyways, I raised my hand, and, well, Gary must have too, but I never looked around. And anyway, as soon as he got done praying, we went forward to the altar that day. So I've always known where Gary was throughout his whole life. So anyways, keep going along here. We used to ride motorcycles. And you remember the Honda 90s, right? Remember, I think he got them from Larry Warner. We used to ride them all over the place here. And up and down and around. We used to go swimming down there at Dr. Raleigh's. Craig used to be with us, and we'd go swimming down Dr. Raleigh's. We'd go up around the Russell School and down along Route 9. What's the highway out here? 950. No, it's not. I'm from Florida. I can't remember these roads out here. So anyways, we'd come down and down through E. Eagle's development there and up through the Vody's yard and down to Dr. Raleigh, because he was the first one to have a swimming pool around. We always go swimming down there at Dr. Raleigh's. So, those were good times. Good times. Then, even before that, I should have mentioned, we had the bicycles. And I remember we couldn't ride on the road until I was like 12 years old. We couldn't get out on that highway. And so once they had those bicycles, we could cruise around town. And, we used to have speedometers on the bicycles. We used to see how many miles that we could put on those bikes, riding them. That gave us big wheels for going back and forth. And Gary had a black Schwinn, if I remember right, bicycle. And he had a good horn on that bike. Big round horn, he had a good horn on that bike. one of those ones you just beep, just squeeze. We used to ride up around go up Fox Hill. We'd go to the top of Fox